Tennessee State University now has a new interim president. We shot a whole video about this new TSU president, and I was more than ready to post it. But then I heard from some TSU alumni last night. She's like, Levi, I'm having a tough time wearing TSU gear. Every time I wear something, someone walks up and they have all these questions about what's going on with the university. And she said, I'm tired of having to answer these questions. So I said, listen, I'm so sorry that that's going on. And she said, no, don't get me wrong. I want you to keep doing these stories because there are alumni across the country who want to know what's going on with their university, and they're turning to your videos. That's why we do it. We are not trying to single out TSU as if they're the only university in the country going through issues. This is about helping people stay informed with the university they love. So we're going to keep doing these videos. Just like this one. The Board of Trustees voted to make board member Dwayne Tucker their next president just days after the now former interim president, Ronald Johnson, resigned out of nowhere.
I don't think anybody was expecting that.
At the time, Johnson said that he and the board didn't really see eye to eye on the direction of the university, that we reported had virtually run out of money to begin the semester and was borrowing millions from the state just to make payroll. But then we heard from board members, and that's when things got interesting. Some of the board members said that they were insulted by the way Johnson talked about the university.
He spoke about TSU graduates and those who did not earn degrees as destined to work at Popeyes or Starbucks. He also began referring to this institution as this place.
I don't think it's wrong to say that this doesn't look good.
The board and Dr. Johnson knew things weren't well.
The board also wasn't happy that Johnson helped agree on a retirement package for the former president, Dr. Glenda Glover, a retirement package that totaled about $1.7 million in exchange for her forced retirement. I mean, that was all settled long before this new board went into place.
Right.
Johnson told lawmakers that he wasn't really sure about the ins and outs of said contract.
I think that's where that board member said that he wasn't being forthright with state lawmakers.
Board members told Johnson at their last meeting that he was going to be the one responsible for getting Glenda Glover to essentially give up this contract agreement. Now, when I talked to Dr. Glover, she said she had no intentions of giving this up because this is money that she was owed.
That goes beyond the bounds of decency to ask me to give up a retirement package, especially if I'm still doing a lot of work for the university.
I'm not quite sure if Johnson and Glover spoke. In the meantime, incoming President Tucker says that he's not going to accept a salary.
He's ready to go, and he's going to have to meet with state lawmakers right off the bat.
My goal as we close out 2024 is to meet with as many of those stakeholders as we can.
And while all that's happening, TSU is continuing their nationwide search for their permanent president. I've reached out to some of our lawmakers. I know you have, whether it's about the current status of TSU or what's going to happen with this $2.1 billion that the federal government says TSU has been underfunded for decades. We don't know what the plan is for recovering some of that money.
Even the board has not even mentioned it in their meetings. I know that you all have mentioned it to us, but the board members themselves are not bringing up this $2.1 billion figure. I think they are more concerned about survival than they are about recouping this money at this point.
We want to know what the plan is moving forward. And so we are asking the questions. It's just right now, it seems like some of those same people want to wait for meetings just like the one that's coming up before they say anything else.